aspects of enlightenment and the neurotic states of mind. Each of the Buddha families embodies one of the 5 different aspects of enlightenment. However, these aspects not only manifest themselves as enlightened energies, but also as the neurotic states of our mind, such as pride or arrogance, anger, jealousy, attachment, and ignorance. The Buddha families therefore show us a complete picture of both the neurotic world of a non-ego-based existence as well as the purified, enlightened state of mind. What makes the difference is the path of awakening. So instead of denying or ignoring the negative energies within ourselves, it is better to be able to recognize them and then start to work with them, and to transform them into positive energies along the way. Also, for contemporary practitioners, working with these 5 wisdom energies can provide us with an understanding of who we are in essence, our personality, our emotions, and how we relate to others and the world in which we live. Because the lords of the 5 Buddha families beautifully exemplify the powers and aspects of the enlightened state toward which we're aspiring, an understanding of them helps us to see how our main human faults contain within them the core of what we can become in our fullness. This informative description is adapted from Everyday Consciousness and Primordial Awareness by Khenchen Thrangu Rinpoche. The 5 Buddha families. Whoever allows the 5 kinds of primordial awareness to reveal themselves through meditation attains thereby the ultimate fruit. That is, the level of the 5 Buddha families. The lords of the 5 families Vairocana, Akshobhya, Ratnasambhava, Amitabha, and Amoghasiddhi are, in their essence, the 5 primordial awarenesses and duly appear in the form of the body of perfect enjoyment Sambhogakaya. By purifying all of the consciousnesses you also purify the 5 mental afflictions kleshas, and thus the 5 kinds of primordial awareness gradually reveal themselves. As for the primordial awareness of the Dharmadhatu, it is the perfect transformation of the all-base consciousness and reveals itself when all ignorance and mental dullness, that is, the obscurations of mental afflictions and those impeding knowledge, are completely purified. It manifests as Vairocana, the lord of the Buddha family, the first of the 5 Buddha families. Vairocana means the one who completely manifests. He is the one who allows the true nature of phenomena to appear non-mistakenly and perfectly. He clarifies the nature of all phenomenal reality. Akshobhya, the lord of the Vajra family, is in essence the mirror-like primordial awareness which reveals itself by means of the transformation of the all-base. In general, the true nature, the essence of all phenomena, is natural emptiness. However, relative appearances arise that are dependent on each other and are connected with one another. These appear just like reflections in a mirror. Since these are seen without any attachment or grasping whatsoever, he is called Akshobhya, the unshakable one. Through the transformation of the all-base, the affliction of anger is completely and perfectly purified. Considering all mental afflictions, it is mainly anger that surges up in our mind and makes it restless. Therefore, the manifestation of completely purified anger is the unshakable one, Akshobhya. The third of the 5 lords of the Buddha families is Ratnasambhava. He is the lord of the Ratna family. His nature is merit, wealth, and excellence, and therefore he is called Ratnasambhava, the source of preciousness. He embodies the transformation of the klesha mind and thus the primordial awareness of equality. The nature of the klesha mind is to grasp onto a self, a pride that takes the self to be the highest and the best. When the klesha mind is abandoned, the pride accompanying that high esteem of the self vanishes all by itself, under its own power. Whoever develops pride closes the doors to all positive qualities. If you think you are the best, the most superior, you will not develop any new qualities. It is even said, to the ball of pride there is no possibility for any good qualities to stick. In this adage, a proud person is compared to a round ball. If someone were to pour water over it, not a single drop would stick. Through the purification of pride, however, the foundation for all emerging merit, possessions, and positive qualities is laid bare. For this reason, the manifestation of the primordial awareness of equality and of perfectly purified pride is the source of preciousness, Ratnasambhava. Amitabha, the lord of the 4th Buddha family, the Lotus family, is, in his essence, the discriminating primordial awareness which reveals itself through the transformation of the 6th consciousness, the mind consciousness, and through the perfect purification of desirous attachment. On the basis of the mind consciousness there arise desire, attachment, and grasping, due to which the true nature of all phenomena cannot be realized. It cannot be seen clearly, because the essence of desirous attachment is infatuation. Through perfect purification, desirous attachment transforms into clarity, into the clear light of Amitabha, the Buddha of infinite light. His essence is freedom from attachment and the endowment of the most excellent highest understanding. The fifth lord of the five Buddha families is Amoghasiddhi, the lord of the karma family. He embodies the revelation of the primordial awareness that accomplishes all actions, which is attained through the transformation of the five sense consciousnesses and the perfect purification of the affliction of jealousy. The essence of jealousy is contrary to the accomplishment of benefit. A jealous person is naturally one not able to perform actions for the benefit of others. If, however, the jealousy is pacified, the primordial awareness that accomplishes all actions is perfected. Through this awareness, all actions and enlightened activities can be performed exactly in the right way and without hindrance. Due to this activity, Amoghasiddhi is the one who accomplishes what is meaningful. Since it is his nature to accomplish the benefit of all sentient beings, the fifth lord of the five Buddha families embodies the primordial awareness that accomplishes all actions. Now that we have learned about the five Buddhist families, we will discuss the four kinds of enlightenment activity each of the five Buddhas carries out. Each of the lords of the five Buddha families individually carries out one of the four kinds of enlightened activity. These are pacifying, increasing, empowering and wrathful enlightened activity. Buddha Akshobhya represents the pacifying enlightened activity and grants the pacifying extraordinary achievements, SKT. CD. This enlightened activity is designated pacifying because it pacifies sicknesses, spirits, hindrances, and all kinds of negative conditions. The mental afflictions are pacified by meditating on Akshobhya as a Yidam deity, and thus also hindrances and negative conditions. How is it possible that through such enlightened activity sicknesses, hindrances and so forth can be pacified and that the pacifying extraordinary achievements are granted? Akshobhya is the self-expression of completely purified anger. Whoever is angry cannot find peace. Instead, all hindrances and negative conditions arise in him or her. The complete purification of anger by means of the practice of Akshobhya, aspirational prayers directed to him, or the meditation upon him allows the pacifying enlightened activity and the pacifying extraordinary achievements to arise. How can one extend or increase life, merit, primordial awareness, or possessions? The second type of enlightened activity, the increasing activity, is embodied by Ratnasambhava. Increasing means to extend or increase life, merit, primordial awareness, or possessions. Due to pride, no positive qualities can be gained, merit cannot grow, and wealth cannot increase. Instead, these only diminish. The essence of completely purified pride, however, is Ratnasambhava, which is why the increasing enlightened activity will be effective when one visualizes him, meditates on him, prays to him, or applies his practice. Completely pure desirous attachment expresses itself through Buddha Amitabha. A person guided by desire, attachment, or grasping becomes diffused and loses power over phenomena. Through completely purified desirous attachment, however, one is able to gain control over, and to independently coordinate, everything. This is because the entourage, possessions, merit, and so forth are controlled by the power of this Buddha. In this way, Amitabha grants us the empowering enlightened activity and the empowering extraordinary achievements. How is wrathful used to designate the destruction of hindrances and negative conditions? Amoghasiddhi is the self-expression of pure jealousy, upon which the wrathful enlightened activity is based. Wrathful is used to designate the destruction of hindrances and negative conditions. Generally, due to the affliction of jealousy, we are not able to dissolve hindrances and negative conditions. On the contrary, our capabilities diminish. However, when jealousy is completely purified, we are able to destroy hindrances and negative conditions. For this reason, it is Amoghasiddhi who grants us the wrathful enlightened activity and the wrathful extraordinary achievements. In the same order, the above-mentioned four kinds of enlightened activities correspond to the mirror-like primordial awareness, the primordial awareness of equality, the discriminating primordial awareness, and the primordial awareness that accomplishes all activities. The primordial awareness of the Dharmadhatu, however, is the root of all these four kinds of primordial awareness. Therefore, Vairocana is the Buddha who gives rise to all of the four kinds of enlightened activity. He serves as the basis or origin for all the four kinds of enlightened activity, for all of the extraordinary achievements, and for all of the 5 Buddha families. What is the meaning of the handheld symbols in Buddhism practice? Each of the 5 Buddhas holds a specific symbolic attribute. Vairocana holds a wheel, Akshobhya, a vajra, Ratnasambhava, a jewel, Amitabha, a lotus flower, and Amoghasiddhi, a double vajra. These symbols all have a specific meaning. Reflecting upon their meaning strengthens the actual meditation, serves to increase and stabilize the realization of the true nature of phenomena, and also helps to attain primordial awareness. The wheel held by Vairocana is a symbol for the authentic teachings, Dharma. You also find it in other fields of Buddhism. It is, for example, always found above the entrances of Buddhist temples. Generally, a wheel is an object that turns and makes it possible for us to comfortably reach a certain destination. The wheel of the authentic teachings has 8 spokes as a sign that it is possible to reach the ultimate destination of Buddhahood by means of the eightfold path of the Noble Ones. Moreover, by means of the eightfold path of the Noble Ones it is possible to attain the primordial awareness of the Dharmadhatu, which is the essence of Vairocana. As a representation of his essence, Vairocana holds the wheel of the authentic teachings. Akshobhya holds the symbolic attribute of a vajra. He is the unshakable one because his nature, completely pure anger, expresses itself in the form of patience and stability as well as the enlightened activity of pacifying. These are exactly what a vajra symbolizes. A vajra is the symbol for unchangeability and represents the endowment of a clear and stable way of appearing. Ratnasambhava holds a jewel as a symbol of his nature. Precious stones and jewels often represent the possession of perfect wealth, which is why the jewel is used as an example for the arising of happiness and joy. Ratnasambhava represents the enlightened activity of increase, multiplication, and the extension of life, merit, wealth, happiness, and joy. He is the expression of completely pure pride. Therefore, he holds a jewel in his hand. Amitabha is the lord of the 4th Buddha family. As a symbol of his nature he holds a lotus flower, which represents completely pure desirous attachment. When desirous attachment is perfectly purified, it resembles an utterly beautiful and attractive flower with bright colors and a perfect shape. A real flower of such beauty, however, is not an actual object for attachment and grasping because it is impermanent and its beauty ephemeral. One cannot keep its beauty as a possession for some hundreds of years. Because of impermanence and the flux of change, a flower is not a suitable object for which to develop attachment. When desirous attachment is completely purified, no attachment or grasping can arise in the least, no matter which object is involved. Since completely pure desirous attachment expresses itself through Buddha Amitabha, he holds a lotus flower in his hand. The symbol for Amoghasiddhi is the double vajra. As explained above, a vajra symbolizes unchangeability. Generally, where there is no change there is no way anything can progress to a more superior state of being. Something that is unchangeable cannot degenerate and turn towards faults, nor can it increase positive qualities. As a sign that it is nevertheless possible to increase qualities through which meaningful activity for the benefit of beings can be performed, Amoghasiddhi holds a double vajra in his hand. The information in this teaching was provided by Khenchen Thrangu. He is an eminent teacher of the Kagyu tradition of Tibetan Buddhism. He was appointed by the Dalai Lama to be the personal tutor for His Holiness the 17th Karmapa and has authored many books, including Tilopa's Wisdom, Naropa's Wisdom, the Mahamudra Lineage Prayer, and Advice from a Yogi.